The rise of plant-based diets, whether vegetarian or strictly vegan, has led to growing interest in their effects on long-term brain health. On one hand, diets rich in fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and whole grains are undeniably high in antioxidants, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds, all of which are known to support cardiovascular and cognitive function. On the other hand, the absence of certain nutrients found predominantly or exclusively in animal products raises real concerns, especially for older adults at risk of cognitive decline. Let's start with the potential benefits. A well-constructed plant-based diet is typically low in saturated fats and high in polyphenol, flavonoids, and vitamins like folate and vitamin C. These nutrients reduce oxidative stress and systemic inflammation, two major drivers of neurodegeneration. Fiber from plant foods also supports gut health, which in turn influences the gut-brain axis, a critical pathway in mood, cognition, and memory. Furthermore, plant-based diets have been associated with lower rates of hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and obesity, all of which are independent risk factors for dementia. In this respect, a vegetarian or vegan pattern may offer a brain protective edge, especially when compared to diets heavy in processed meat, refined carbs, or fried foods. But here's where the warnings must be emphasized. Certain nutrients essential to brain function are either very low or entirely absent in vegan diets. Vitamin B12, for example, is crucial for nerve function and DNA synthesis, and its deficiency can mimic the symptoms of dementia, memory loss, confusion, fatigue, and mood disturbances. B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products, and deficiency becomes more common and more dangerous, with age due to declining stomach acid and impaired absorption. In older vegans who do not supplement, this is a silent but serious threat to cognitive health. Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, are another concern. While plant-based sources like flax seeds and walnuts provide ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, the body converts ALA to DHA very inefficiently, especially in older adults. DHA plays a critical role in maintaining the structure and fluidity of brain cell membranes. Low DHA levels have been linked to faster brain aging and increased risk of Alzheimer's. Unless vegetarians or vegans take algae-based DHA supplements, they may be operating with chronically suboptimal levels, even if their overall diet seems healthy on paper. Iron and zinc deficiencies also deserve mention. While these minerals are found in plant foods, they are less bioavailable compared to animal sources, and deficiencies may affect energy levels, neurotransmitter production, and immune function, all of which have downstream effects on cognitive performance. Then there's choline, a nutrient vital for the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter central to memory and learning. Choline is most concentrated in eggs, liver, and meat. Most plant-based eaters, especially vegans, consume far less than the recommended amount unless they are actively seeking it from rare plant sources like quinoa or soy. Long-term choline insufficiency may contribute to early cognitive decline, yet many plant-based diet guides overlook it entirely. Moreover, while plant-based diets may reduce dementia risk in some populations, not all evidence is favorable. A few observational studies have shown that strict vegans or vegetarians, particularly those who don't supplement, may perform worse on cognitive tests than omnivores. These results are not conclusive, but they signal that plant-based eating is not automatically protective, especially when key nutrients are missing. It's also important to acknowledge that plant-based is not synonymous with healthy. Highly processed vegan foods, fake meats, sugary cereals, refined grains, may still dominate a plant-based diet and offer no cognitive advantage at all. A poorly planned vegan diet can be just as inflammatory and nutritionally bankrupt as a meat-heavy fast food diet. For older adults, who are already at increased risk for malabsorption and cognitive decline, these concerns become more urgent. A plant-based diet must be actively managed through food selection, fortified products, and targeted supplementation to avoid subtle nutrient gaps that may only reveal themselves after years of silent depletion. Once cognitive decline begins, correcting those deficiencies may come too late to reverse the damage. That said, when properly designed, a plant-based diet can absolutely support cognitive health. The key is intentionality. Including sources of plant-based omega-3s, taking algae-based DHA supplements, ensuring adequate B12, zinc, choline, and iron, these are non-negotiables. Without them, brain function may slowly suffer even as other health markers improve. In conclusion, a plant-based diet can be protective, but only when done right. Older adults, in particular, should be warned. Going vegan or vegetarian for ethical or environmental reasons is admirable, but without serious nutritional planning, it may come at the cost of long-term brain function. There is no room for complacency. In the pursuit of health, no dietary philosophy is immune from unintended consequences, especially when the brain is at stake.